European redbud. Officially, the botanical name of the tree is Cercis. Cercis. Known widely as European redbud or the Judas tree. Judas tree. Now we'll drive through Arachova. Slowly because it's a very narrow road. The oldest information we have about this town is 800 years old. Nothing here before the 12th century. No ancient city, I mean. Skiing overnight. On Parnassos mountain there are two ski slopes, the Rolaka and Kelaria. 2 out of the 17 ski slopes of Greece are located on this mountain. So Delphi and Arachova are the two places where people overnight and enjoy skiing between December and March. There is snow on the mountain until the end of May, but not enough for skiing. Ski season, December to March, end of March. Here left, beautiful stone buildings, local stone, limestone from the mountain. And driving in Arachova, always a task for our drivers. So locals are involved in tourism associated with Delphi and the ski slopes. And livestock. Lots of sheep and goat on the plateau, which is about 40 minutes from Arachova by car, and they produce yogurt and other milk products like cheese. The local popular cheese is Formaella.
first, and it was used in ancient times for the games in honor of Apollo, theatrical and music games. The prize was a wreath, like in Olympia, an olive wreath. Here in Delphi, a laurel wreath.
Laurel.
Daphne. Laurel means the Greek name for laurel, for bay leaf, in Greek is Daphne. Apollo's love, and a deity he falls in love with. And further up, the path goes to the stadium. A stadium really impressive. It will take, yeah, with the pace of the last person, you see, it will take maximum 10 minutes to reach the stadium. It's about 500 meters, but it's a little bit steep. I mean, time is enough to go to the stadium. If you start now, you will be down 1:25. You will be down at the exit to meet our bus ride. And the rest is and if you come back, you get if you come back with evidence, with a picture, a selfie of the stadium, and you prove you were up there, you win a wreath, okay? I'll make a wreath for you.
New king.
I'm here for the and go down same way. Yeah, same way, please. Same way, down, and 5 minutes then to the lunch.
Calambacca Antoni Deus.
According to a geologist, Al Philipson, is associated with geological changes date back to 50-60 million years ago, when Thessaly was covered with water, and this is now the sediment from the bottom of this lake, which was concentrated here northwest, when earthquakes separated the mountains Ossa and Olympus northeast, and the water went towards the east and the Aegean Sea. And this area, which is now a plain, was plenty of water after that. The sediment was concentrated here close to the mountains of Pindus, northwest. It was one piece in the beginning, and then broke into smaller rocks. Weathering, erosion gave them the shape they have today. Nobody mentioned Meteora in the ancient times. It's like nobody saw them none of the authors from the ancient literary sources, historians, travelers, geographers. But it's an old geological phenomenon for sure. According to majority of scholars, of course, there is a debate. Some believe it's something newer. We are now in Astraki, a village near the town of Kalambaka. In Kalambaka, the population is approximately 15,000. Here in Astraki, mainly rock climbers and people who like trekking and sports associated with the rocks of Meteora like to overnight, whereas in Kalambaka and the big hotels we have the groups. And you know how tourism started in this place? 1960s, 1970s, there were no hotels at all, so people who wished to visit Meteora came here and spent the night with the locals. And when there was no extra room and extra bed, they slept in the garden.
Wow.
The summer months. And something that does not happen anymore is that they were lifted with this basket made of a net to the top of the monasteries. Now we use the stairs cut in the 20th century, but in some cases, until in some monasteries like Bagla, the use of the net basket was something happening until late 70s. And I met people who came to Meteora for a second time and a third time after 2000, and he said, I was here, I was 20 years old, and I was told about the first views of the rocks. The highest one is 600 meters, 1,800 feet higher from sea level, the top of it. And 400 meters, 1,200 feet higher from the level of the riverbed of Pinos, the river of To the right you see a cave full of scarfs, colorful scarfs dedicated this day, today, the name day of St. George. That's why you see, that's why you see people climb. Over here you see people climbing to replace the scarf they dedicated to St. George last year. This happens every year, this day, the name day of St. George. It's a local custom. Once in the past, we see somebody wearing a red shirt going up. Once a lady dedicated the only thing she had with St. Stephen. To the right, a huge cave where you can still see the scaffolding. Inside, it was occupied by hermits until 1975. And what happens next? Why did the hermits who still prefer to live in caves and not in a monastic community, in a monastery together with others, why do they leave? Because rock climbers appear. Dietrich Hasse, a German rock climber with a great reputation, already known in 1975, introduced rock climbing here in Meteora. Between 75 and 85, he recorded 200 routes. His book is the first guide written for Meteora. To the right, the scaffolding, still inside. It's a very soft material, the sediment that consists the rocks. And they could, people can really give the interior of a cave any shape they want, and open small holes and put wood and make space for more people if they wish.
저기 올라가는 거 우리?
We'll make also photo stops later. Now a beautiful view of St. Nicholas to the right. This is 500 years old.
이쪽에도 사원이 있다.
Only 3 monks live there permanently, and ruins of destroyed monasteries on a higher level to the right. You see, destroyed walls, there used to be 24. 6 now remain and are open for the public. Not all of them were the same big.
이번에 되게 크다.
배 없거든요.
간지러워요. 일부러 그런 거죠?
A very popular site that can be approached for all different directions.
아이고, 여기 좀 두개 쌍바이게.
North from Thessaloniki, from North Greece, and from all over the Balkans and Russia, where many Orthodox Christians as well, and come here and take the pilgrimage to Meteora. We'll see numerous buses from Poland, from Russia, from Bulgaria, Serbia, from South Greece and Athens, as we did, and from west, from the port of Igoumenitsa, where ferries connect Greece with Italy. So people from South Europe, people from France, Switzerland, Italy, drive to the east coast of Italy, take a ferry from Ancona or Venice, and reach Greece and the port of Igoumenitsa on the west coast of the country, and drive 2 or 3 hours later they are in Meteora. That's the most common way South Europeans visit Greece, with a ferry crossing the Adriatic Sea between, from Ancona or Venice to Igoumenitsa. And from east, the port of call for many cruise ships is the port of Apolos. That's why Meteora is the site that left and up Varlam, with a new museum built recently. Look how many cars, how many locals are now in St. Barbara and Rossano, and we will see. They open a line for the online liturgy is over, and soon the monastery will open for the public. No pictures inside the buildings. You can take pictures everywhere you want. The exterior, the gardens, the beautiful buildings from outside. But please, no pictures in. There are signs everywhere that will help you. Use your cameras normally, but not inside the buildings. It's an entire complex. The central building is the church. But there is the refectory, the workshops are open as museums now, and exhibitions. There's a little shop. There are also kiosks that sell souvenirs outside. Same happens in the nunnery of St. Stephen. Zeus supplies the city of Athens with water, but the spring water stops here first in the lake Iliki. So the water of the lake is mixed with the spring water. It's like a reservoir now. Iliki plays this role for Athens, and it's the aqueduct. And then the water continues southeast from Iliki to the water-taking plants and the network of Athens. Of the Aegean Sea traveled so far to Delphi to ask this oracle with a great reputation the sex of the baby, boy or girl. And the prophecy from the oracle was 3 words in ancient Greek: anir uk theli, boy, not girl. Imagine the king reading the answer, all letters, big letters, capital letters, no space between the words, no comma, and he read, boy, not girl. Very happy was the king. He of course wanted a son, wanted a prince to succeed him in the throne. He went back home so happy. A few months later, boy, not girl. He had a daughter, and he couldn't blame the oracle. It's the interpretation again that played a role, and if this was not correct, then there was a problem. 615 prophecies are preserved from the ancient times. Many examples. Sometimes they had a double meaning, a vague prophecy. Sometimes it was symbolic, like the wooden walls that symbolize the wooden fleet that really gave the victory to the Greeks, who defeated the Persians with a small fleet, approximately 370, 380 galleys against 1,000 Persian galleys. Now, if sometimes yes, it worked, sometimes not, but nobody could blame the oracle. At the end of the day, all answers are in our head. This was the lesson of Delphi. People shouldn't underestimate themselves. People shouldn't also overestimate themselves. With a logical way of thinking and the gods by their side, as a support, as a boost. This is what actually faith is. Things will be okay. Arrogant people, like the king, who went to Delphi, believing there is an answer for his question months before this great moment of the birth. It didn't work for arrogant people. He really thought that with his offerings and the gold he brought to Delphi and all the animals he offered for the sacrifices, he could have an answer before the 9 beautiful months pass. But for people like Themistocles, the Athenian admiral, who gave the correct interpretation, wooden walls, wooden ships, in his opinion, people who believed in their own mind, but always with respect to gods and others and the circumstances under which they asked for a prophecy, it really worked. Themistocles believed strongly that yes, Greeks have more chances in the sea. In this country, people started sailing and exploring the Aegean Sea millennia before they explore the mountains. Our country, ladies and gentlemen, consists of mountains. 65% of Greek surface is mountains higher than 1 kilometer, higher than 3,000 feet. 65%. You understand that in ancient times, even if Greece was not what Greece is now on a map, people preferred to sail. People went to Delphi, for example, by boat, and only a very small number of people would cross the mountains to reach Delphi. South of Delphi is Meteora. Soon again, because of the trees. Arahova, Arahova. Thank you, George, for slowing down. And the pink, the trees with the purple flowers, not the bushes. The trees are the European redbuds. Earlier, somebody asked me about them. Here is one on your left. Here is pink tree, European redbud. Officially, the botanical name of the tree is Cercis, Cercis. Known widely as European redbud or the Judas tree. Now we'll drive through Arachova.
우리가 잘 뻔했어. 우리끼리 왔어.
Very slowly because it's a town with a very narrow road. The oldest information we have about this town is 800 years old. Nothing here before the 12th century. No ancient city, I mean. This is the place where fans of skiing overnight. On Parnassos mountain there are 2 ski slopes, Pterolaka and Kelaria. 2 out of the 17 ski slopes of Greece are located on this mountain. So Delphi and Arachova
저기서 저 타면
are the 2 places where people overnight and enjoy skiing
진짜?
between December and March. There is snow on the mountain until end of May, but not enough for skiing. Ski season, December to March, end of March. Here left, beautiful stone buildings, local stone, limestone from the mountain. And driving in Arachova, always a task for our drivers. So locals are involved in tourism associated with Delphi and the ski slopes, and livestock. Lots of sheep and goat on the plateau, which is about 40 minutes from Arachova by car, and they produce yogurt and other milk products like cheese. The local popular cheese is Formaella.
여기 리코딩 테스트 유로피안 뭐라고 들어가려고. 배터리야.
이렇게 잘할 수가 있어. 교회 가는 거랑 저게 아닐까? 홈대
바바리 입으셔.
고기도 잘 되겠네. 우리나라 고기는
있는데 미국 국기에.
이렇게 하나 날라가는데.
그게 니네 나라 국기예요.
네?
날라간 게.
이때니까
타르보나가 많네.
맞아.
많다고.
그래? 국내 이름 아니야?
아니, 주막집.
Δεν μας έχει πει, δεν μου έχει γράψει που πάμε. Πάμε στο Μανιάτι για φαγητό,
사바리.
Σήμερα Σάββατο.
Έχεις ρωτήσει? Γιατί
Κάρβονα,
απλά δεν μου το
κάρβονα.
γράφει. Μανιάτι πάμε όμως.
여기 이름
Νομίζω.
Σάββατο δεν είναι βρε.
또 뭐야?
Σάββατο.
세르네.
Πάντα Σάββατο, ναι.
이거는 뭐였어? 진짜 두개 못하잖아. 저기 가.
이쪽으로 여기서 그 교회 교회 되게 좋아해.
Ποιος έκανε χτες
Βία,
το
τι έγινε.
Ράτσα,
να
ναι.
δω τι ώρα έχουν μπει στο
장난하냐 지금 아니
Μανιάτι.
나 장난나랑 찍거든.
장난한 날.
Here you are, your turn. And look, down below, very close to the road, down here, you see the aqueduct? I told you we would see from Delphi the water channel. It brings water to Athens from mountain springs west from here, west from Iona. Iona mountain is now behind us. We are still on Parnassos, driving down. That's the aqueduct. You understand, if we stop bringing tourists to Delphi, they will poison the water for all Athenian agents. As for the port town, it's a port of call for small cruise ships as well. And passengers take a short excursion to Delphi and a neighboring monastery, the monastery of Osios Loukas.
오.
Now the aqueduct visible from the left side of the bus,
Thank you.
so that you don't complain. Huh? It's 220 kilometers long here in Delphi. It's visible.
My wife is visible. 말티코게네. 완전 말티코게.
And the yellow flowers to the right, Spanish brooms.
Spanish brooms.
The Latin term is spartum. S-P-A-R-T-U-M. Spartum. Spanish broom is more common. Now on your left. Beautiful time of the year to visit Greece, visit Mediterranean in general. Good temperatures for outdoor activities. not too hot. We want to apologize for keeping you waiting outside the bus, but we heard that there is a kind of a conference at the Hotel Amalia in Delphi, so we thought it's not a good idea to take the bus there and the whole group pick up the last two friends that joined our group, and so George went there by car. That's why he wasn't in the bus. Bus was not open on time. Sorry for that, but it was something he thought for you, so that we don't stuck with the bus in Delphi. Where we can still see the scaffolding inside. It was occupied by hermits until 1975. And what happens next? Why did the hermits
여기 있네 저희가.
who still prefer to live in caves and not in a monastic community, in a monastery together with others, why do they leave? Because rock climbers appear.
아, 저쪽?
Dietrich Hasse, a German rock climber with a great reputation, already known in 1975, introduced rock climbing here in Meteora. Between 75 and 85, he recorded 200 routes. His book is the first guide written for Meteora. To the right, the scaffolding, still inside. It's a very soft material, the sediment that consists the rocks.
어제 본 거예요. 정반대쪽 장면.
And they could, people can really give the interior of a cave any shape they want, and open small holes and put wood and make
여기 사원 보이네.
space for more people if they wish.
여기 올라가는 거 우리?
We'll make also photo stops later. Now a beautiful view of St. Nicholas to the right. This is 500 years old.
이쪽에도 사원 있다.
Only 3 monks live there permanently, and ruins of destroyed monasteries on a higher level to the right. You see, destroyed walls. There used to be 24. 6 now remain and are open for the public. Not all of them were the same big.
뷰 이번에 되게 크다.
무슨 배 엎어놓은 거 같아.
와, 대박. 간지러워요. 일부러 그런 거죠?
A very popular site that can be approached for all different directions.
아이고, 세상에 여기 좀 봐요. 두 개. 땅바위 끼고.
North from Thessaloniki, from North Greece, and from all over the Balkans and Russia, where majority are Christians as well, and come here and take the pilgrimage to Meteora. The rules we set yesterday. Please.
This is with me.
Please come around. Explain everything. So, filament rice.
Do you want me to
Lamb.
also?
Θα τα εξηγήσω. Lamb and aubergine. The same meat lamb and green beans. Two lamb. Green beans, aubergine. Green peas, potatoes. Special chicken and white chicken. Another very tasty food, pork, leek and celery, lamb and spinach, veal and onions,
veal with
rice, vegetables,
And lasagna.
lasagna.
With rice, ma'am, or potatoes?
그 램이라고?
Yes, come to me. Rice and potatoes.
나 그거 먹어볼래. 바꿔달라 그래.
Thank you. You want bread and butter included. Ma'am, what do you want, please?
pork,
Beans and
leek and celery.
potatoes or rice?
당신이 이거
응,
먹어.
And rice.
난 이거 먹어.
Thank you. Enjoy.
Sağlam şancı gibi.
Lamb with spinach. With rice or potatoes?
램 스피넛? 이건 에그플란트지.
Ναι. Θέλει και πατατούλα ή ριζάκι? Πατατούλα. Ναι. Καλή όρεξη. Sir, with rice or potatoes? Right. Do you want a little piece? No? Fine? Thank you. Enjoy. Με τι το θέλετε? Ελάτε.
Yes.
Looks like a
Ριζάκι.
meatball.
Σαρακά, πυραμάκι, ό,τι θέλετε.
I know that's lamb, that's pork.
Σαρακά.
This is with
Άσημενα και
eggplant, that's
άσημενα
with
να βάλω.
spinach.
Να δερματά.
That's all I could hear.
Καλή σας όρεξη.
Να δερματά.
Όμως λες.
Chicken. Give me.
Well, lamb with spinach. Μπορείτε να πάρετε όσο θέλετε, είναι μαζί. Lamb with spinach. Serve with rice or potatoes.
Potato.
Yes.
Thank you. This is ready. With rice here or potatoes. And little peas also.
All little mixed veggies.
Mixed veggies. This is zucchini, eggplants, all together in the oven with olive oil.
Ευχαριστώ.
Παρακαλώ. Serve. Potatoes.
어디 앉아? 어디 앉아? 아일랜드.
아 여기 앉으면 되나 우리가?
어때?
앉아줘야지.